All right, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're going to be talking about KLIP because KLIP just went ex-dividend yesterday, and we are going to be talking about what exactly this dividend is. And it doesn't show it here on KLIP's website, but what we're going to do is judging by the share price, and actually I did go on Webull and I was able to find what their dividend was and this beautiful stock chart mentioned by someone in the comments there. So we're going to go over KLIP's dividend. I want to go over the share price history of KLIP when compared to KWEB because KLIP has been doing very well. It's a staple in my portfolio. I currently have 150 shares. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over the dividend as well. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about KLIP if you're interested because it is a 50% monthly dividend payer. And it has a relatively stable stock price. We're going to go over the stock chart. And I know it looks like for the majority, it's been downhill, but we're going to compare that to the underlying and see exactly what is going on. So that does sound good. We're up to 4,487 subscribers, almost 250 subscribers in the last 28 days. So please do subscribe if you haven't yet done so. And I'm super excited to talk about KLIP because KLIP is a stock where I have a lot of money in. Let's dissect kind of my position here. So it says I'm down about 18% or so. I have a total market investment of about $2,700. So a pretty substantial marker. It has a dividend yield about 50%. And I've been holding KLIP for about a year now. So I've been receiving about 50% in dividends and I'm only down about 20%. So that's roughly a 30% return. I hold 150 shares and KLIP has been paying massive dividends for the past a year and a bit. If we can go back to their distribution calendar, you can see the distributions for 2024 hovering about 60 cents or so. But when we go back all the way to 2023, you could see here that I think I bought about February 2023, so about a full calendar year ago. And KLIP's dividends, they have gone down. They've gone down from $1.16 all the way down to a period where they were really paying a lot of 80-cent dividends here. And their dividend has been falling. And the reason it's been falling is because the share price has also been falling. And as the share price falls, KLIP is going to be paying out smaller and smaller dividends. We've seen this in every fund. We've seen this also in our yield max funds as well that we feature a lot on this channel. But why has KLIP been falling for the past year? Well, it's because the underlying stock, which is KWEB, has been having a rough time throughout the past year. We look at the past 5 years and they had a really big run up in 2020 leading into 2021. But from 2021, KLIP has been in a downtrend. And for 2023, where KWEB was, when KLIP was introduced, KWEB was at a downtrend and has been relatively flat with no real periods of great appreciation, except for really the past month. From February to almost the end of April, where we are right now, we can see that KWEB has gone from about $23 to about almost $29 per share. It's been doing great. And KLIP, how has KLIP responded in this time? Well, KLIP, this stock chart doesn't look fantastic, but you got to remember, they started out about $14.32. And in this time, we've seen one dividend, two dividends, and now a third dividend paid out. So KLIP has been paying out 53%. Or about 50% in dividends. We see a 49%. It fluctuates every month, but roughly a 49% dividend over the past 3 months and has stayed relatively flat. This is a 50% return on your investment. And the dividends obviously received by this are fantastic as I have 150 shares and I'm bringing in about over $1,000 in annual income from this one investment. So KLIP has been doing great, but now begs the question, what is the dividend for this past month for April? And KLIP, what it does is it goes between these percents of about 3.5% to 4% of the current share price of KLIP. And so I actually know what the dividend is. The dividend is 0.527, so about 53 cents or so for KLIP's dividend. And it actually came as a bit of a surprise because over the past month, KWEB has been doing fantastic, starting about $26, appreciating to $29, having great volatility in between. And KLIP pretty much followed suit with that. It's appreciated very nicely, and I thought it was going to be a bigger dividend, but 53 cents is what we're getting for April for KLIP. And one thing that I did find weird today with the stock price is KLIP is up, it says almost 4%, where KWEB is up about 2.5%. But if KLIP is up 4%, then this 0.53 should be added to the current stock price. When we look at the drop, you see here that it was trading about $15.07. So we go $15. I just want to show you here, $15.07. Well, if we got paid out a dividend that was 0.527, that means we're trading at about $14.54. Well, KLIP is trading at $14.56, but it says it's up 3% today. So we should have added about 50 cents to this, meaning we should theoretically be at 53 cents. Just double checking there. 53 cents. So we should really be right back to where the dividend was paid out. But what's weird here is that in the intraday, in today's date, KWEB has been trading down a little bit where KLIP has remained relatively flat. I'm not sure what is going on today with KLIP. This normally doesn't happen. But for the most part, KLIP has been a fantastic stock because over the past month, we can even compare, and I do have a chart as well to compare right here. You can see that as KWEB has these big drawdowns, KLIP has only had these small, tiny little pullbacks. And so it's very good on the upside, and it's very little movement to the downside, which is fantastic. Of course, if KWEB, the underlying stock, was to just absolutely plummet, KLIP will likely do the exact same thing. It tracks KWEB. But for the majority of the time period, you can see here where over the past 6 months, KLIP has had these from February 27th all the way down to March 5th. It's had these drops of about, we'll say, a few percent or so, maybe about 5%. Where in KLIP, we could see that from February, it's had these minor drops as well. But really, you're looking at $14.69 down to 42 cents, $14.42, where we're seeing a much bigger exchange here in KWEB. So KLIP has been fantastic. It's relatively stable. It follows the internet sector. KWEB is the Chinese internet sector, and I'm going to make another video going into the holdings and how the holdings have been doing for KWEB. But KWEB is fantastic because it covers the entire Chinese internet sector, and it has a bunch of main holdings that are decently well diversified. If I can find those here, you can see they have holdings like Tencent, Alibaba, PDD Holdings, Trip.com, and they all make up very equal weights within the portfolio, as you can see right here. And so it's all about the Chinese internet sector. And so far, I'm not sure how China's been doing as a whole, but by the stock price chart here of KWEB, I would say it's doing not too bad currently, and people are potentially optimistic. And the reason why I love KLIP is it gives a bit of diversity. It doesn't necessarily just track all the US stocks, for example, that I hold in my portfolio, like 3M or EPR, ADC, but this is kind of an overseas company, so it's tracking China's kind of growth. And so it's a bit of diversity within the portfolio. It's a fantastic dividend player, and you know what? It's a great stock to hold. And really, just kind of going back to the dividend here, where we said that it paid out a 0.527 dividend. That is what KLIP paid out. We can see here that it's actually on the lower end, because if we take the current share price, which it was, we're going to go back to the other day to calculate the dividend, 15.07. So we'll do 15.07 times 0.035, which is the lower end of what KLIP was going to pay out here. If we do that, we can see it's literally that. It's 3.5% of KLIP's share price as of yesterday. So we can see that KLIP definitely has a lot more room to grow. If they were to have paid out a really big dividend, going to the 4% marker. So I'm going to go 0.04. This would have been the high end that KLIP would have paid out. It would have been about 60 cents or so. So KLIP has some more room to pay out in the future. Hopefully, they're looking to kind of recoup their share price a bit. I do think long-term KWEB is going to be great, and I think it's going to do well. I think it's only a time period, a matter of time, where we really appreciate back to these levels of $30, maybe even $60, and then as high as $80 or $90 in KWEB. I think that is a little bit far-fetched, but I do think that $40 could definitely be achieved by KWEB, and holding KLIP, which is a stock that tracks KWEB, and pays a fantastic dividend on that. All right, so this video here was just to give a little bit of light to KLIP's dividend, how they did pay a 0.527% dividend, cent dividend, so about 53 cents or so for KLIP. KLIP is gonna hopefully continue to do well as KWEB continues to do well. I'll keep you guys updated with any kind of major price movements within KWEB or KLIP for any potential buying opportunities or to see how the stock trends over time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It gave you a sense of what KLIP will be paying. And if you're a holder or if you're looking to become a holder in an overseas China Internet Covered Call Strategy ETF. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, we're up to 4,487 subscribers. Please do like this video if you did enjoy, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.